5 Steps to Creating a Digital Marketing Action Plan. There is no doubting that digital marketing is becoming ever more important to the success of your business. But before you even think about any kind of implementation, you should put together a simple digital marketing action plan. Do your research. The first stage is to gather as much information about your customers as you possibly can. Who is your target audience? What do they do and what motivates them? Most importantly, where do they hang out online? Set an overall digital marketing objective or goal. The next step is to decide on exactly what you want to achieve from your digital marketing efforts. Your overall goal might be something like generate 50 new leads each month and convert at least 20 of those leads into new customers. Decide on your digital marketing channels. Based on the information you now have, you can then decide on what digital marketing channels you will use to achieve your goal. For each channel or campaign, you should set a specific objective and key performance indicator. For example, increase website traffic by 20% before the end of the year. Or add 500 new subscribers to our email newsletter each month and convert at least 20 of them into paying customers. Plan your actions. You should set out exactly what you are going to do each day, each week, and each month. Make sure that these actions are realistic and manageable so that you don't get overwhelmed. Closely monitor results. It is important to closely monitor and measure your results, so you need to decide on exactly how you're going to do that. As an example, website traffic can be tracked through Google Analytics, or your email marketing might be tracked through your autoresponder service. Want to learn more? Contact us today. 5 tips for staying focused with your digital marketing initiatives. Digital marketing requires sustained and consistent action, which also means that it can sometimes be rather difficult to stay completely focused and on track with your efforts. If you're starting to find that focus is becoming an issue, here are some top tips to help. Create a schedule. Create a schedule and then try to stick to it as closely as possible. By setting daily, weekly, and monthly tasks and then allocating adequate time to carry them out, you will be able to ensure that you do everything necessary and ultimately stay on track with your goals. Do one thing at a time. Many people try to multitask and attempt to do everything at once. A much better idea is to focus on one thing at a time and keep working on that task until it is completed. Set realistic goals. Setting unrealistic targets makes everyone in your business feel stressed and overwhelmed, while it also creates a culture of negativity as targets start to become missed on a frequent basis. Work in chunks. One of the best ways to improve focus and productivity is to work in chunks and make sure that you take regular breaks. For larger tasks, you may want to consider breaking it down into smaller pieces and setting a realistic target date or time for the completion of each segment. Recognize when help is needed. Digital marketing is highly complex and requires special skills and knowledge to be implemented successfully. With this in mind, there comes a time in any company when it's just not possible to handle a particular task in-house. Want to learn more? Contact us today. Can't find time for digital marketing? Here are 4 tips to help. When you are running a business, there are just so many different things to do each and every day. Before you know it, the entire week has passed you by, and you've not had a single moment to even think about marketing your business online. If that sounds like a familiar scenario, you're certainly not alone. Here are 4 tips to help you along. Set specific goals and actions. Setting realistic goals and writing down specific actions for achieving them is absolutely critical to your success. You need to get really clear on exactly what you want to achieve from your digital marketing, and then think carefully about what actions you are going to take on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Set aside some time each week for digital marketing. It is important to set aside a certain number of hours each week to devote specifically to digital marketing. Mark this in your calendar and make sure that you stick to it as much as possible. Prioritize your digital marketing strategies. There are so many different digital marketing strategies out there that it can all quickly start to become rather overwhelming. Rather than trying to do everything all at once, you should instead prioritize the specific strategies that you think will be most effective for your business. Outsource your digital marketing. If you're really struggling to find the time for digital marketing, it might be worth considering outsourcing it to a digital agency or freelancer. Aside from freeing up your time, another benefit to this is that they will bring additional skills and knowledge to the table and thereby help you achieve better results. Want to learn more? Contact us today. Celebrate your digital marketing accomplishments to combat overwhelm. When did you last sit back and congratulate yourself or your team on a job well done? By celebrating your digital marketing accomplishments, you can start to combat overwhelm and create a culture of success in your business, which can ultimately help to push you on to achieve even greater things. Whichever way you look at it, planning and implementing a digital marketing strategy requires a considerable amount of sustained effort over a long period of time. Being successful with digital marketing is not about making a big launch and then sitting back to watch the results come in, but rather about taking consistent action and using a range of integrated digital marketing techniques over time. The problem is, all this can quickly start to become rather overwhelming. Achieving success with digital marketing is often a long road, and that's why it is really important to celebrate your successes and accomplishments as you go in order to combat overwhelm. By not celebrating your successes, you are essentially dismissing your achievements and saying that they don't really matter or that they aren't important. This couldn't be further from the truth. Your achievements are very important, and it's a great idea to reward yourself for getting there because it will help to push you forward. The best way to approach digital marketing is to set realistic goals and then celebrate your achievements when you meet your goals. By doing this, you will be able to motivate yourself and your team over the long term and provide the encouragement needed to push forward towards achieving the next target. Want to learn more? Contact us today. How to establish realistic digital marketing expectations in your business. Many businesses have totally unrealistic expectations in terms of what can be achieved with digital marketing. It's important to realize that it's not a magic bullet and that achieving success will require consistent action over the long term. Here's how to establish realistic expectations and ultimately set yourself up for success. Think long-term. Digital marketing should be viewed as a long-term strategy. It is simply unrealistic to expect that you can launch a new digital marketing campaign or action and see instant overnight success from your efforts. Digital marketing requires consistent, sustained action, and that's something that is really applicable to all forms of marketing. Invest in digital marketing. It is important to realize that digital marketing requires investment. Setting up a high-quality website will cost money. Launching a Google AdWords campaign will cost money. In addition, you'll either need to manage these things in-house or you will need to outsource them to an external agency or freelancer. Prioritize education and communication. Poor education and communication is often to blame for people's unrealistic expectations. Many staff members will have little or no experience of digital marketing, so it is important to educate them and ensure that they always have realistic expectations of what's possible and how long it will take to achieve. Set achievable short-term goals. As mentioned earlier, digital marketing requires a long-term approach, but at the same time, it also is important to set realistic and achievable short-term goals to help you along the way. This will help to enable you to create a culture of success and ensure that nobody in the company feels overwhelmed. Want to learn more? Contact us today. Overwhelmed with digital marketing? Stop and regroup. For small businesses, digital marketing can quickly start to become overwhelming. There are so many opportunities there for you to explore, but just how do you actually go about taking advantage of them and fitting them all into your schedule? Which digital marketing strategies should you be using, and how do you go about implementing them successfully? What about tracking the results of your campaigns? If you are feeling more than a little weighed down and confused by digital marketing, you're certainly not alone. Some studies have revealed some surprising facts that suggest many small business owners are feeling overwhelmed and aren't achieving the results they would like from their efforts. Despite the opportunities digital marketing provides to small businesses, many of them have dismissed the idea of using it all, which is a huge mistake. If you fall into this category and feel that digital marketing just won't work for you, you are setting yourself up for failure. So, what can you do about it? Stop and regroup. If you feel overwhelmed and confused, the best thing you can do is to stop what you are doing and regroup. It is important to recognize your need to reset your psyche and then take some time out to refresh your mindset and come back stronger. Firstly, take a step away from the computer. There becomes a time when you are no longer productive and continuing to work is just counterintuitive. So consider going for a walk or finding a quiet spot to meditate for 10 minutes. You'll feel much better for it and will be able to come back to the task with a clearer focus. Want to learn more? Contact us today. How to prioritize your digital marketing strategies. There are so many different digital marketing strategies out there that it can sometimes be difficult for businesses to know exactly where to begin. But the problem is that even though all of these tactics can work very well, there is usually nowhere near enough time or budget to do it all and do it successfully. In order to make digital marketing work for your business, it is necessary to prioritize your strategies and get clear about exactly what you should be concentrating on. Find out where your customers hang out online. It is important to find out exactly where your target audience hangs out online so that you can prioritize marketing in those places. As an example, there is little point in advertising on Facebook if you know that most of your primary target audience isn't on Facebook. On the other hand, maybe you are selling a B2B service and decide that LinkedIn is the perfect platform for marketing your product. Those same people might also use Facebook at home, but by marketing to them through LinkedIn, you could hit them when they are in work mode. How do you find out this information? One of the best ways is simply to ask them. Consider sending out a short questionnaire or just ask your customers when you speak to them. Prioritize your website. Your digital marketing should really be centered around your website. As an example, you might use social media marketing, PPC, and email advertising to find new prospects. But ultimately, you will most likely be directing people back to your website. If your website sucks, you aren't going to achieve successful results from your campaigns. Want to learn more? Contact us today. Ready to take your digital marketing to the next level? Here are 5 mistakes to avoid. The world of digital marketing can be a challenging and confusing place. Here are 5 common mistakes to avoid. Having no strategy. Perhaps the biggest mistake businesses make when it comes to digital marketing is having no clear strategy in place. It's simply not enough to create a website, throw up a Facebook page, and then just hope for the best. Trying to do everything. Many businesses try to take advantage of all the opportunities digital marketing offers without first prioritizing what would work best for their individual business. It is much better to start small, find out what works, and then expand your strategy from there. Not taking consistent action. Just take a look at the number of dormant company Facebook pages or outdated websites to see that consistency is a problem for most businesses. It's not enough to do some digital marketing for a few weeks and then expect to see successful results. Consistency is key. Putting out poor quality content. Always make sure that the content you are putting out is actually relevant and useful to your target audience. Many businesses think that content marketing means making a blog post that contains one useful tip and then rambles off into a long, boring sales letter. This is a huge mistake. Not tracking your efforts. In order to be successful with digital marketing, you need to constantly track your results so that you can refine and improve on your strategy over time. If you don't track your results, how will you know when you've achieved your goal? Want to learn more? Contact us today. Why shooting for perfection can ruin your digital marketing. When it comes to digital marketing, it's a big mistake to try to shoot for perfection. Why? It will slow you down and it'll also ultimately limit the success you achieve from your efforts. The first thing to consider is that there's actually no such thing as a perfect digital marketing strategy or campaign. Whether we're talking about digital marketing or the world in general, perfection doesn't exist because what is perfect to one person will not be to another. In the marketing arena, there will always be something that could be improved upon or an area that didn't quite hit the mark with your audience. Your website can always be improved. Your email newsletter could always contain better content. The copy or design of your marketing materials will always be subjective. Perfectionism can really slow down the progress of a business or even bring things to a complete standstill. Make things as good as you possibly can and then just run with it. Shooting for perfection means that you will ultimately limit your success because you will never truly learn from your mistakes. This doesn't mean that you should skimp on digital marketing or deliberately put something out there that you know is poor quality. But what it does mean is that you should research, plan, launch, and then closely monitor your results. Remember, perfection doesn't exist. You should do everything in your power to make sure that your digital marketing is as good as it possibly can be, and then just go with it. Start small, track your results, and improve it over time. Want to learn more? Contact us today. Digital marketing: signs that it is time to get professional help. Planning, implementing, and managing all of your digital marketing isn't always the easiest task in the world. If you're struggling to achieve the results you expected, or you simply feel like you don't really know what you're doing anymore, it could be time to hire an agency or freelancer to help with your digital marketing. Here are some common signs that it is time to get some professional help. You aren't achieving the results you would like. Many businesses know the opportunities that digital marketing presents, but they somehow just can't make it work for them. Digital marketing can be a tricky thing to get right, with many different variables and factors affecting your success. If you aren't achieving the results you would like, it's definitely a sign that you might need to take a different approach and bring some help on board. You can't find time for digital marketing. With all the things that go into running a business, finding time to manage your digital marketing can sometimes be difficult. If you're finding that you are just too busy and that there aren't nearly enough hours in the day, hiring an agency or recruiting a new staff member to manage your digital marketing could be a great decision for your business. You feel like you lack knowledge and expertise. Let's face it, successful digital marketing requires special expertise and skills. Many businesses simply don't possess the experience required to be successful with digital marketing, and as a result continue to struggle along with poorly managed and implemented campaigns that do absolutely nothing for the business. By getting professional help, you can tap into the knowledge and skills your business needs to be successful in the digital space. Want to learn more? Contact us today.